Hello, I'm Shanmuka Shrija and I'll be presenting on behalf of the team RVnerds for the Campus Citizen Science Data Challenge. The citizen science project that we chose is the Campus Bird Count, which is a part of the Great Backyard Bird Count at RV University. These counts were organized from 2023 to 2025 on campus. So, a little bit about the project. Most of our participants were faculty, students, and non teaching staff from different departments and schools at RVU. They were a part of student societies like the Environmental Club of RVU, who participated in these counts and organized these counts and other citizen science initiatives. How was the data collected and how did we validate this process? During the GBCC dates, participants were divided into different groups, each group containing about 8 to 10 people. This group covered a specific part of the campus, and each group made 15 or 30-minute checklists recording every bird species that they found and also noting the number of individuals that they found for each species. Some individuals were photographed as well. After collecting data, each group's field notes were compared to their eBird checklists, which they've tracked along their trails, and the consolidated checklists were finally uploaded to eBird. This process was repeated for 3 years. Coming to our data related goals, when we began conducting the counts, we first wanted to maintain a record of all the biodiversity of birds that is available on campus. But as we progressed in conducting these counts, we also wanted to identify different patterns of bird species on campus. What habitats are they occupying? What role do they play in different habitats? And we also wanted to see and understand if construction has a role in the variations that we're observing. We also wanted to understand the impact of increasing temperatures on birds, especially on campus, because there is a simultaneous decrease in the tree cover and an increase in temperatures because of construction and the general increasing trend of temperatures. We also wanted to understand bird behavior and habitats and see if we as citizen scientists and student societies can conserve urban campus biodiversity. Coming to the visual patterns that we observed while analyzing our data, these three pie charts represent the order-wise bird abundance and the share of each order in the entire population of bird species that are found at RVU. If we look at the 3 years, groups such as passeriforms, acryptiforms, and columbiforms have largely remained the same in these 3 years, and if not, they have increased in certain years in terms of their numbers. But groups such as pelicaniforms, which were cited more often in 2023, have reduced in 2025. To consolidate these lists, we used the International Ornithological Committee World Birds List and the Merlin Bird ID app to specifically make a list for birds in Bangalore and in our campus. Another interesting observation that came up during our data analysis was the relation between time spent by birders and the number of sightings or number of individuals that they've spotted. If we look at the graph, our average checklist time in 2023 is 15 minutes, but it increased to about 25 to 30 minutes in 2025. Our average distance covered in kilometers also increased from about 0.2 to 0.3 kilometers in 2023 to 0.5 to 0.6 kilometers in 2025. This means that our birders were spending more time in a shorter patch of the campus, which could have contributed to more sightings of individuals and new species that they found on campus. So here are some challenges that we faced while conducting the counts and analyzing the data. Firstly, most of our birders were beginners at birding. They were not introduced to birding as a citizen science initiative before. So we conducted some orientation sessions to introduce them to commonly found bird species on campus and Bangalore in general. We also familiarized them with the Merlin Bird ID app, which can be used for identification by feeding in the bird calls and images. Yet there could have been a gap in terms of their ability to identify birds accurately and differentiate them between species and monitor their numbers as well. Secondly, accessibility to certain habitats on campus was restricted because a lot of construction was taking place on campus, and gradually over the years we've lost access to some main part of the campus which were habitats of important birds like the Asian brown flycatcher, which we spotted in 2024 but could not access in 2025. And another thing that I mentioned earlier is that pelicaniforms have reduced in numbers from 2023 to 2025. This could possibly be because of our ability to access the area where these pelicaniforms were found. We sighted them beside the Vrishabhavati river, which is on the border of our campus space. And there's also a lack of long-term data because this is a 3-year project as of now. We don't have a lot of data to generalize and identify any visible patterns. In conclusion, I think this has been exciting data challenge to work on. Although we were not able to access a large scale citizen science project and analyze its data, we tried to look at the little data that we have from our campus bird counts at RV University and see if there are any patterns that we can observe and learn from. Thank you.